What's up, babe? Yeah. What's up, babe?
As I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to
All right. All right, I'm gonna just run it back. All right, so this from the BB's from the East. This from my uncle, you already know, Uncle Diesel, man. Lost my uncle the other day, you know that life getting rough. He would look me in my face and say, look, nephew, you tough. You got family by your side, remember that you enough. And all them ciphers that we had, bring all that to the club. And if that rent is in your hand, you better not make a fuss. Just getting started on the squad, can't think about hanging it up and start finally living life. And that's how I keep what's up. What kind of time are you on? Talk about go write me a song, no you gone. But we all love you, Unc, man. You in a better place, you better watch over me every day. We gonna be a star, love you. Yeah.
Oh wow, John. I don't know what to say to the Bass family. All I know is a funny story. Every time you came out, I had a freshly shaven head, and Jimmy always said, "Hey, it smells like Uncle Gerald. Let's get up there and smell that head." So he used to come up and literally smell my head. It was crazy. Anyway, I want to say one thing to the Bass family. Love you to death. Always here for you, no matter what. And John, we love you.
So we're rolling. Hey, big memory about John Bass. Dan Bailey, man, I've known John since he was in third grade. So he is an Andrew Roby, Dilworth Little League legend, hit big home runs. And so he is like the original Ham Porter. If you ever saw Sandlot, he is Ham Porter. He is the guy he's the great Hambino. He is the freckle-faced beast. He is the trash-talking, smack it over left field because his right-hand batter. Dude, he was the guy that was the most fearless person I ever knew. He also has the best knockout that I ever saw. Best knockout, right hook. We used to hang out 17 years old, and we'd box in front of the Ross house, and John knocked out who everybody thought was the strongest dude. Right hook, flattened him. It's John Bass. He's one of the greatest guys I ever knew, and from a deeper level, man, like John was one of the best friends I ever had. John was a good-hearted person. He was who he was, and he would relentlessly be your friend if he was your friend. He never backed off of being loyal, loving, and I wish I had more time with him. Life does what it does, and man, that's that. But he is the original Great Hambino. If you ever watch Sandlot, that's him, the Great Hambino, greatest right hook in the world, and the guy's gonna follow me. He knocked out. So I love John, miss John, love the Basses, Mary, Jimmy. I love you guys. I thought that would be easier.
Whew. This is interesting. I haven't obviously done this before, but this whole month has been so surreal. Just doesn't seem real sometimes. John, I had the very great fortune of really getting to know you these past, what we're going to say, 6, 7, 8 months. And having you over at Brett and I's house. And it's funny looking back now, because I realized that every Friday was like, all right, well, what time is John going to be here? And, you know, what time will I be getting my ass beat in the pool? Except for the one time that I got to beat you, which was great. But, one of my favorite memories that I just didn't realize how it was going to be a memory so soon was knowing I could quickly remember when you were at my house, because all I had to do was look at my pictures on my phone and would quickly see all of the selfies of you and me eating some form of vegetable. Thank you for that. And and then I don't remember the date, but I do remember the day that I made sure we were at Boardwalk, of course, and of course had to take a picture together. And I'm so thankful that I did that. I'm so thankful that you decided to take pictures, John, because it's ironically, it's so funny. I've talked to people and they're like, I didn't know how close you guys were. And, you know, it was one of those things where it was like, oh, well, actually, he spent the last 6 months of Friday nights at our house. And it was something that I just didn't realize how special that was, and how much I wish I would have appreciated that so much more at the time. And John, I want you to know that when I point to a picture of you, your little buddy Tucker, he immediately says, "Oh, it's Uncle John." And so I think one thing that I've realized as of recently is becoming a mom. It's, you know, it's a whole different thing, but my child and who we introduce him to and who is at our house and who he knows is an uncle is something that has, I think, become very apparent. And he knows. And we'll always know who Uncle John is. Of course, as you know, he knows Uncle Jesse and, of course, Aunt Mary. But for as long as Tucker will live, you will always and forever be Uncle John. And John, I love you so much, and I claimed you as my bestie from the beginning, and I knew we would click. And I remember the day that you called me, which was not too long after, your crazy fall, which I saw on video. And and then, of course, later you showed me your scar, which is so crazy. But I remember you calling, and I don't know why, but I also vividly remember pulling down my driveway and backing down, as I always do, and seeing you and Brett standing at the end of the driveway. And I don't know. I see that picture in my head often, and I will miss that. I will miss you being at my house on Fridays. I appreciate everything that you taught me in pool, and I thought we had so much longer for you to teach me. Sorry, Brett. Not to say that Brett wouldn't teach me, but obviously we both know that the only way that Brett was going to beat you in pool is if he gave you a CBD drink. I remember the one time I beat you in pool, you gave me a hug right after. I remember your hugs. I remember us talking about Jelly Roll. How much Brett hates him, but, there's that. John, I wasn't prepared for this. And I know many weren't, especially my wife, your sister. Just know that I love you and your family so much. And I'm just so grateful and thankful that we had our time together. Especially given the time that it was. I will never, ever forget that. And I would do anything to give you another hug. And I will make sure that we take care of little Bubby. And we love you, and we miss you.
Recording. Hey, this is David Atkins, a.k.a. Flint Steppin' Rock. And unlike most of the people here, I haven't known Diesel that long. I'd known him for about 6 years. But rest assured, he changed my life immeasurably in those 6 years. Whenever I was having a bad day, which unfortunately at the time I met Diesel was frequently, but whenever I was having one of those, you couldn't help but be in his space and be lifted up. His smile, his jokes, the first time he met me, he treated me like family. I felt like I'd known him since before I was born, the first time I met him. And I have this gift where I can look at people and kind of look at their past lives and look at their power animals, their spirit animals. And I saw Diesel's. And when I saw it, I almost didn't want to tell him what it was because I thought it was boring. And then I told him what it was. It was a fucking tree. And he was like, of course it's a tree. That's what I am. I'm the foundation. I am strong. I am solid. I stand firm. I am rooted. I'm grounded. And he owned the tree. He embodied the tree. And when I think about it, of course he's the fucking tree. He is rooted in confidence. He's rooted in love. And thank God I got to share some space with that man. Love you, Diesel. You're the fucking man. Your family, our family. Thank you so much for sharing his life with me. Thank you for the smiles and the laughs. Thank you for the raps. Thank you for the awesome sessions that we had together, just freestyling our asses off for hours. Hours, dare I say, until 6 a.m. Thank you, brother. I love you so goddamn, excuse me, Lord, much.
We got, as you know, I live with John. And you know, I'm low key kind of frustrated about the whole situation just because I didn't know anything that was going on. I mean, I knew his condition, but this particular time I didn't check on him. And I don't hold that against myself, but you know, I think about it a lot. But I remember one time, before I decided to, you know, get into a job where, you know, I couldn't really smoke like that. I can't smoke at all, but this particular blunt I was gonna roll, I put some, you know what I'm saying? I put some wax in it, bro. Came in, was like, he wanted to smoke. I'm like, okay, now you know what you get yourself into. And he was like, yeah, and bro was we smoked or whatever. And the next day he was bald, and I was like, where the fuck is your hair? And he was like, man, I don't know what you put in that blunt, but I was like, I put concentrate in it. So it was just regular flour, bro. I just was tweaking. So I was looking in the mirror, and the mirror was wavy, and I'm like, that shit crazy, bro. Woke up, bald. He wasn't even gonna say shit too. I just happened to see him. He just bald as fuck. And just every day was just always something with this guy. He's a hilarious guy. But I do miss bro. And R.I.P. bro. I love you.
We're good to go. All right. Wow. It's funny that I'm behind the mic now. Diesel. Whew. So I'm going to go with compassion, caring, love, and laughter. That's what reminds me of you. I can remember being in high school and running away from home. Didn't know where I was going. Didn't want to know where I was going. And you were the one to come find me and bring me back to my roots. You asked no questions. You told my parents you'd bring me home safely, and you did. Your life was cut way too short, and you will be missed more than you know. It's crazy that I'm behind the mic right now. I think I already said that, repeating. Lots of love, man. I hope you're holding it down up there for us, and watch over us as you can. Love, love, kid. Love, love.
What's up, babe? Yeah. What's up, babe?
I miss you so much. I want you to know how much I love you. I'm your Bushi and you're my Mushi always. You're my big brother, one of my greatest friends. I love you, brother. Miss you. Let me start. Big Diesel dollars, baby. I'm here to just, just get it off my chest. I didn't want to leave here today without saying something, giving a piece of my mind, my heart to my favorite uncle, my whole world, my soul. Try to keep it together. But I don't really know what I came out here to say, but you're forever my big bird. I'm forever your baby bird, and forever I rep this shit. I'm never gonna stop repping it. You're always gonna be my favorite uncle. Our bond will always be unmatched. The love you gave me will always be unmatched. I was always protected. The whole family was always protected under you. If it was ever anything with my mom or my daddy, I know you was the first person I could call, the first person that would pick up that phone, and the first person who would lay down right where they are about me, so I hate I had to come to this, but I'm so happy to see all my family here and everybody that came together just for you and just out of the love for you, and I love you. Like I said, forever your baby bird, you're forever my big bird, and you know how we rock it.
All right, well, I wanted to come on here and say some words about my Uncle John Bass because he deserves it. And I wanted to tell about the favorite memory I've ever had with him. I remember I was sleeping over at his house. I was probably maybe 8 or 9 years old. And in the morning, he kept telling me, yo, Cash Bass, we going to the cow pens tomorrow. You better be ready for it. And I was like, the cow pens? Man, it's going to smell like shit. I was not hyped for it. And then the morning came, and we're driving, and he's talking about the cow pens and his John Bass voice. Yo, Bass, yo, Cash, you ain't ready for this, man. We about to be scuba shit. And he pulls me up to Carowinds. And when I tell you it was the greatest trip of my life, it was the greatest trip of my life. Me and him were fearless that day. We rode every ride. And that was the thing about my Uncle John is whenever I was with him, I was fearless. I was 10 feet tall and strong as an ox. He was energy encapsulated into one person. He was my everything, man. And I'm gonna miss him something bad forever. Yeah. And I just want to say rest in peace to him. He truly, he is what it means to be somebody to uplift everybody around you when you might not even be feeling the best yourself. And that's something I'll always carry on from him and learn throughout my life. And the way he made my dad feel as well was something else that I really loved about him. My dad looked up to him and loved him more than anything. And I love my dad more than anything. So that's a lot. And now I'm rambling, but rest in peace, John Bass. I love you forever. Peace.
Hey, man, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but John Bass, my brother, we got introduced as teenagers. I got introduced to John and Jimmy at the same time through a mutual friend who's no longer here with us. Man, all four of us were out fighting in the front yard and been kind of boys ever since. But one story about John that I wanted to tell, it's a little bit different than what you're going to hear. A lot of stories you're going to hear about John and how funny he was and how much full of love he was, and he was full of love, and he was a pretty funny guy. But John had a massive heart, big heart, and one of the stories that I wanted to tell was a little bit more serious. He and I were together. We were headed to a party out at UNCC, and I don't know how old we were, late teens, early 20s, but we were looking nice, and we were ready to go have some fun. And we're in the pouring rain driving up W.T. Harris, crossing over Hickory Grove Road in East Charlotte, heading towards North Charlotte, if you know where that is. And we saw an accident. We see a car flip over, land on its hood, and we look at each other and we're like, man, we got to go. So we pull over about 100 yards down the road. We get out in the soaking wet, pouring down rain. I got brand new Timberlands on. And John the same way, and we go sprinting over to the car. And there was a middle-aged lady in the car, hanging upside down, fully conscious, and glass everywhere. I mean, it was a bad scene. And John, just being the John that he was, dove on the ground, kind of halfway army crawled through the glass into the car and held her hand till the first responders got there. I can tell a million stories about John being funny. I can tell you a million stories about John being protective, or John being a big bro to some of us who didn't have a big bro, or just him being full of life and love. But I also want you to know that he would rush to help a stranger, and he would fight harder for somebody than probably they would fight for themselves. And that's the John that I want to remember. And that's the John I will remember. I love you, bro.
Mic check, mic check. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Diesel dollars be the best, y'all. We had a hell of a run. We had a hell of a run, didn't we, boy? And I know you're still here. I know you're still watching. And I think about you every day, man. I'll never be the same. I mean, I'll never be the same. But, you know, I really, I can still feel you. I know you're still around. And like I said, big fella, we had a hell of a run, didn't we? I love you.
What's up, babe?